Hi, my name is Reza Nasri, and I would like to welcome you to my videos series on Greco-Roman Wrestling Realistic Combative Art. The techniques presented will teach you how to defend yourself against the most common types of assault. Get your sweats on and let's begin.
Now we're going to go to intermediate level wrist hold scapes. Number 1. Notice the rotation of the wrist, pulling the elbow to throw him off balance. You can actually lead him to your right shoulder and strike him with the right shoulder. So the idea is to pull him in and strike him on the way in. Let's watch again. Right foot forward, pull, hold on to the wrist and strike with the shoulder all the way over. Again, pull and strike. It's a very powerful way of redirecting the opponent's force. Just watch in slow motion. There's a pull and a strike to lift the opponent off the ground. Follow up with any kind of control. Watch it again. Over, pull, and lift the opponent all the way down. Hold on to the face while you have a nice firm grip on his wrist. Number 2. Notice the wrist rotation, stepping in between the opponent's legs. You can reach all the way around and end up on top of the opponent with your legs apart. Notice how the left foot all the way forward. As soon as he falls down, you're going to rotate your body all the way around. Stay on top. Notice the elbow on the face. And control the whole body down. Notice how close everything is and how trapped the opponent will be. Again, pull in, drop the opponent, stay on top, control the arm and the neck, and drop all your body weight straight down on him. Be extremely careful practicing these with your partner. Number 3. A wrist rotation again. We're going to pull in, step left foot forward, grab the opponent's shoulder, and do a front leg sweep all the way down and finish it with a choke. Watch again. Grab, step in, shoulder break. Notice how slow motion the techniques are executed here, and this is exactly how we want you to practice it in slow motion first. In time, by practicing and repeating these exercises and techniques, you'll get better and better at them. Notice by lifting him, all his weight is going to be on that elbow. There's a massive amount of damage that could be executed right there. Number 4. We're going to start with turning the hand, pulling in, striking to the front of the thighs. So we're going to pull in. Remember, the whole idea of the sweeps is when you move, there's an upper body and there's a lower body. So what happens when one stops, that causes the person to fall. So in this particular technique, Mr. Reza is pulling the opponent forward, at the same time stopping his lower body from moving forward, and following up with the elbow strike to back of the neck. Let's watch this again together. Notice his strike to front of the knees and a follow-up. Number 5. Reaching over. We're going to pull the opponent's hand all the way towards his groin. Notice the arm control all the way down. Again, rotate, give it to the other hand, step in, and lift the opponent off to the side. Again, it's very important you step in between the opponent's leg to throw him off balance. Reach in and lift. Notice at the end there's extreme amount of pain caused by that arm hold, holding on to the elbow and the shoulder. Number 6. We're going to pull the elbow in off to the side. We're going to put this technique is very similar to an arm bar, except that most of the pressure is executed on the shoulder. Notice the pull. We're going to step out, and with your forearm, press on top of the shoulders. Notice the amount of control that's being used here. Watch again, pull in, execute an arm bar all the way down on top of the opponent's shoulder. Be sure to use extreme caution during these exercises. Again, pulling all the way down, applying pressure on the shoulder. Number 7. Start by turning the hand, pulling in. We're going to walk all the way up in the back of the opponent, holding a wrist lock and a headlock. Let's watch this together. Going to step all the way back, pull the opponent neck all the way back. Notice Mr. Reza is by pulling forward, he's going to throw the center of the gravity of the opponent out to the side. Let's watch this again. Stepping out behind, pull, push, and ending up in a choke hold. Don't you notice how dangerous this technique is? It's very important you execute these techniques in slow motion first. Number 8. Grabbing the wrist, stepping in, going all the way around. I want you to notice the body control, because he's trapping both of the opponent's arms with his left arm. Notice. Let's try this again. Stepping in. That technique could be executed with a palm strike to the chest or the chin area or the throat. Notice what Mr. Reza has done. He's turned the traditional Greco-Roman wrestling and has made him applicable to the street by making him more combative, by adding some of the strikes and actually some of the combative aspects of the art. In the traditional Greco-Roman, the idea is to throw the opponent down and put his back to the ground. In combative, of course, the priority is going to be damage. Number 9. I'm going to twist the wrist, Step way in between the opponent's legs, pull the back in, and strike to the opponent's chin with your palm. I want you to notice how the step in is done, the pulling and the strike at the same time. Left foot forward, pull and straight in. Again, I want you to make sure that you practice these techniques in slow motion first to prevent any kind of injuries to you and your partner. Number 10. Twisting the wrist, pulling the head all the way in and round. Notice there's a big circular motion right there. I'm going to execute a leg sweep. So the neck pulls in, circles, and you sweep the leg at the same time. So watch this again slowly. Pull, stick to the opponent, wrap all the way around the neck, and take him down. Be sure even on the way down you have total control on the opponent's arm, neck, and wrist. Again, I'm going to pull the neck, complete rotation of the arm, and a takedown. Notice by pulling the leg, Mr. Reza wants the opponent to resist, so he can take the resistance and take that against them. Now we're going to do the exact same techniques off a punch. Again, a prerequisite for remembering and working on these techniques is to go back and do them off the wrist grabs first. Once you got those, then you can start working the punch defenses. Notice we're going to block the punch, pull the opponent in, and with the shoulder, strike the opponent's shoulder to take him all the way down. These are some of the strikes that are very combative and non-conventional, because you're not really hitting the opponents with your fist or what other people think of weapons. We're actually hitting them with your shoulder. Notice the amount of control Mr. Reza has on the opponent. Number 2. Notice the circular motion to step in. We're going to step left foot way forward in between the opponent's legs. Take him all the way down and stay on top of him to maintain the control. Notice how quickly Mr. Reza moves out to the side and maintains that control right on top of the body. Let's do this together again. Pull, step in, rotate, and keep the opponent's face looking to the side, and with your elbow apply pressure on top of the face to keep him down. Notice the rotation, the elbow straight down, and controlling the opponent's arm. Number 3. Pull the opponent in. We're going to actually pull the shoulder all the way down. Let's watch this together. Pull, hug the arm, and push all the way forward. Again, start by doing the slow motion first. Let's get a hold of your partner. Let's do this slow motion. Pull. You can actually start by using your left leg, place it on top of the opponent's leg, so you can actually execute a low sweep at the same time. Notice the pull and the lift over the hip and the leg. all the way down. Notice the amount of control that Mr. Reza is demonstrating here on top of the opponent's body. Number 4. Block the arm, pull in. We're going to strike the front part of the legs. Notice the leg strike could be as a roundhouse kick or just a basic way of hitting to the knees from stopping him from going forward. But the main control is done by pulling the opponent's elbow towards you. Let's watch this together again. So we're going to pull and strike all the way down. Again, in a realistic situation, people don't fall a certain way. So what happens, a lot of people will end up having their arms and legs actually broken by these exercises. And number 5, notice how we're going to rotate the arm, step in, pull the opponent's wrist towards his groin to do an actual lift. Let's watch again. Pull, transfer the hand to the other one, and let the opponent fall over your left leg. Notice the footwork, stepping in. And by leaning back, you can actually throw the opponent off to the side. Number 6. Once you notice the pulling of the arm and executing that arm bar, be sure to keep your fingers open and apply the pressure right on the shoulder blade. So watch this in slow motion together. Pull, place the arm and the forearm on top of the shoulder. Get a firm grip on the opponent's wrist with your right hand and push all the way down with your left forearm. Be sure to practice these in slow motion with your partner first. Number 7. Pull the opponent's arm in. We're going to work all the way back behind him. Shift your hip kind of forward to throw him off balance. And we're going to take him all the way down. Pull. Go behind. Notice the quickness of the footwork. Let's pay attention to the footwork. Notice how Mr. Reza steps left foot, right foot, then left foot, all the way behind the opponent. Let's watch this together. Step left, right, left, and jump back. There's a kind of a skipping motion to pull the opponent all the way down. And once you have the opponent's neck, you just shuffle back. Number 8. I'm sure by watching these techniques and practicing it more and more, you are going to benefit a whole different side of your martial arts training, and that's the grappling part, which is so unique to the Greco-Roman wrestling. This technique, notice how you can actually trap the arms, execute a palm strike to the opponent's chest, or basically just pull him off to the side. Remember that there's no text way of falling, and that once a person is not trained in falling correctly, they'll end up landing on their head or the upper shoulder, and that would by itself will result in tremendous amount of pain and damage. Number 9. Notice the directness of this technique. We're going to block the opponent's hand with your left hand, step left foot way in between the opponent's legs, and pushing forward with the right hand, executing a palm strike to the chin. Again, notice how direct the left foot goes in, pull the hips in, and palm strike to the chin. Number 10. Okay, notice how we're going to circle the neck all the way around and execute a leg sweep. So we're going to strike the neck, pull in, and take the opponent all the way down. Wrestling is one of those arts that are very difficult to teach on a videotape because there's so much sensitivity and body contact involved. So it requires a lot of patience on your part and your partner's part to be able to be disciplined enough to actually practice first. Notice the pulling of the neck, grabbing the neck, and a takedown. Now we're going to cover the advanced level punching drills and blocks against these punching. Let's watch that again slowly. We're going to redirect off to the side and add some strikes. Let's walk through these strikes together. Uppercut, palm strike to the groin, and pull the elbow all the way down. And we're going to execute an armbar like we did before. Notice the techniques are actually building up on top of each other. We're actually mixing the techniques now from the first set and the second set together. Redirecting to the side, 2 strikes, sweep the front of the leg, and execute an armbar all the way down. Again, notice the uppercut, the palm strike, and strike to the elbow with the shoulder. Number 2. Again, I want you to notice the directness of this techniques. Gonna step in, strike into the eyes, stepping behind the opponent's body and pulling him all the way back to trip over your thigh. Let's watch this again, stepping out, let the opponent trip over your leg. I want you to notice the strike that's done on top that could be done to the opponent's face, but here Mr. Reza is being kind enough to do it to the chest. Number 3. We're going to redirect the arm and actually strike to the throat. Watch the check, stepping out to the side, redirecting with the forearms, and executing the technique. We've seen this technique before in the first and the second set. So it's more of a review and doing another version of the same thing. Mr. Reza really believes in the idea of one good technique learned is much better than 100 of them done halfway. So by learning the basics of these Greco-Roman wrestlings, you can actually get very proficient at this art. Notice the check and the strike all the way down. Number 4. Notice how we're going to work on getting the armbar all the way down and actually end up with a wrist hold. Notice the check rotation of the arm all the way back to a wrist lock. Notice how the elbow is completely rotated, and Mr. Reza's right leg is controlling the opponent's shoulder right now by leaning on it. Again, we're going to sidestep the punch, rotate the arm, step all the way in, control the lower and the upper body, and apply pressure on the wrist. Number 5. Okay, notice the shoulder strike is one. We did a similar one to this one before in the first and the second set, but now we're going to do a double one. Watch this with us again. Grab a hold of your partner. Let's do this in slow motion. Going to sidestep, pull the opponent in, out, and pull him down all the way. This can cause serious injury to the shoulder. Notice how important the balance is. And the balance comes from those drills that we were doing in the beginning, the whole thing about rolling the arms, and that's how you develop the balance required to execute these techniques. The whole concept of Greco-Roman is around the idea of feeling your opponent's weight. Number 6. Notice the opponent's striking you with 2 punches now. Redirect, block the first one, block the other one. And these are a technique what we call pretzel. You actually twist the hands on top of each other. Block, reach over, grab the opponent's arm, pull it on top of the other one. You can actually execute an arm bar with his own arm. Again, maintain control even all the way to the bottom. Notice the opponent doesn't have to punch you with the other hand. You can actually reach over, grab his arm, and apply the pretzel technique. Number 7. Okay. By stepping in, we're going to actually redirect the opponent's arm, lift him over the shoulder, and do an armed throw. Let's watch this again. Redirect, step in, bend your knees and lift the opponent's arm and the shoulders way over your body. Again, use extreme caution as executing this technique. You might want to actually start with lifting your opponent first till you get used to the idea. Then you can start doing them all out. Again, step in, pull, lift all the way down with the hip. Let's watch this hip move together. Again, you're going to step in, and the hip actually pushes in and up to circle the opponent all the way over. Number 8. Now we're going to show a defense against the backhand. Notice we're going to redirect, step in the back of the opponent's legs and getting ready for an armbar. Notice this technique is done to throw the opponent way back and apply pressure on the opponent's elbow. Again, you are watching the combative version of the Greco-Roman Wrestling, which the priority again is not to get the back to the ground, but to survive. Number 9. Upon blocking the backhand, notice how the shin kick is executed simultaneously to break the opponent's knee and to take him all the way down. Let's watch this again. So you're going to pull the energy of the backhand that's coming towards you, complement the force of the backhand, and just keep pulling it towards you, because when he's hitting you with the backhand, he's already got a force going towards you. So you grab that force, complement it, and kick to the leg and bring him all the way down. Number 10. Here's another technique that we have done in the first and the second set. So we're going to redirect, grab the neck, and rotate the opponent all the way up and around. The technique is done actually to break the neck or actual takedown. Let's watch it slowly together. Gonna step out to the side, reach over the neck, pull, lift the opponent over the thigh, and maintain total control all the way down. Notice his arm is actually pinning the opponent's arm all the way down, even to the finish. Let's watch. I want you to notice how his left thigh controlled the opponent's the lower body to throw him off balance. So watch this one more time together. Notice the left thigh presses it in, pushes it all the way down.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, to perfect the techniques shown, you must practice them daily. I wish you the best of luck in your training.